Hey, what's up? Welcome to today's video. Today we're doing a tag video. Yay! I love a good tag video because it gives you an opportunity to kind of think about all of your makeup, and you get to talk about a bunch of different products instead of having like a whole video dedicated to one product or one brand. I can talk about a whole bunch of stuff. We're doing the drugstore makeup tag today. The YouTuber whose questions I'm using, her name is Zabrina, Z-A-B-R-E-N-A. I've been watching her channel forever. A bunch of other YouTubers have done this tag. I don't know who started the tag, sorry, but I'm using the questions from her tag video, so I'll link it. Oh, it says it right here. This video was created by Jen Phelps. I don't know who that is. I'll be checking her out later. The name sounds familiar, maybe I do know, but whatever, let's get started. So the first question is, if you could only use one drugstore / affordable brand, what would it be? Easy. This one's easy. This one's super easy for me. L'Oreal. All day, every day. Do I want to only use L'Oreal ever? No, but certainly drugstore affordable makeup, L'Oreal is an easy choice. They have one of my favorite all-time, not just drugstore matte foundations, but just matte foundations in general. They have one of my favorite mascaras, Lash Paradise. They have some of my favorite lip products. I could also probably do Milani maybe. The thing about Milani products, like the big ones, like foundation, bronzer, blush, highlighter, they knock it out of the park with those types of products. The reason I'm hesitant to say Milani for this question is that those less exciting products that you always use, like mascara and eyeliner, for example, I haven't had very good luck with Milani on those types of products. L'Oreal, I definitely trust with that kind of stuff better, so L'Oreal is an easy answer for me on that one. Next question is, what's the most underrated drugstore / affordable brand? This is kind of a tough question because I feel like if a drugstore affordable brand is good, that, you know, all the beauty gurus start coming out of the woodwork and they're like, have you heard about this product? So it's kind of like, even if a brand's underrated, like I don't know, I feel like I would still know. My answer is going to be Moira. I don't know if it's Moira Beauty or Moira Cosmetics, but Moira, M-O-I-R-A. This is a very affordable brand. I've seen it at H-E-B, which is a grocery store here in Texas. That's the only place I've ever seen it. But like Walgreens, Walmart, like your standard drugstores, I've never seen this brand at. But it's very affordable. I like never hear anybody talk about this brand, so that's my answer. What's the most overrated drugstore affordable brand? Revlon. Revlon is my answer for this one. I have yet to try a Revlon product that has wowed me, let alone that I've liked enough to continue using, you know what I mean? Like, I've tried some of their products that have like worked, that have been okay, but nothing that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to repurchase this, right? To be fair, I really haven't had like a comprehensive try out of Revlon products, but everything that I have tried, I've been kind of like, particularly like lip products, eye products, just have not been impressed. So leave me your Revlon recommendations downstairs in the comments section, because I don't like Revlon. Never have. Also, and this one might be an unpopular opinion, I don't really like e.l.f. Like, it's fine. e.l.f. as a brand is fine. Yeah, I don't like, there are people that just love e.l.f. products, and I'm just like, I don't know. Everything that I've ever tried from e.l.f. has been like, okay. I've tried eyeshadows, blushes, bronzers, foundation, primers, mascara. Oof, I have a terrible mascara from e.l.f. So, it's just my opinion. What is your favorite drugstore product under $5? 5. Under $5. I have a few. So I have these two mascaras from Essence. This is the Essence Volume Stylist 18-Hour Lash Extension Mascara. And this one's kind of new from Essence. It's the Essence Bye Bye Panda Eyes Smudge Proof Mascara. There's this one also that is the Volume Stylist Curl and Hold Mascara. I like this one as well. So those are some really good mascaras. Like if I had to pick one item, if I had to pick one, because I've done several, if I had to pick one item that's less than $5, because I have a lot of cheap makeup, you guys. If I had to only pick one thing that was less than $5, I think this is probably what it would be. This is the Believe Beauty Velvet Matte Liquid Lipstick. I freaking love this lipstick. This is the shade Honey Blush. I haven't been able to find another shade of this liquid lipstick that I like, but I love this Honey Blush shade. So this is a good one. I also wanted to talk about the Wet n Wild highlighter. I made a video about highlighters months ago. I had originally included the Wet n Wild highlighter in that video, but I cut it out for time. So anyways, we're giving a shout out to the Wet n Wild highlighter. This is their Mega Glow Highlighting Powder. I have the shade Blossom Glow. Fabulous highlighter. Fabulous. What is a hidden gem from the drugstore that no one talks about? Okay, so my hidden gem from the drugstore, I talked about these in my declutter video recently, but these are the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Liquid Lipsticks, and this is the Le Macaron line. So I don't know how hidden of a gem this is necessarily, but I am surprised that more people don't talk about this lipstick. So it is a matte liquid lipstick, but it's a little bit different. It's not like your standard matte liquid lipstick. The way it dries down is very like, it's almost kind of like a shellac on your lips. And I know that doesn't sound very comfortable, but I promise you it is really comfortable. My one complaint about it is that it does leave just a touch of stickiness to your lips after you put it on. It does have kind of a slower dry down time, so you want to kind of give it a moment. And then once it's dried down, I'll just kind of pat my lips a little bit like this. And that kind of helps with that leftover stickiness, but it's not bad. It's not like a bad stickiness to it. For me, it's perfectly comfortable and it lasts you all day. Again, I don't know how hidden of a gem this is, but I just feel like more people should be talking about these lipsticks because they're really good. Let me know if you've tried them and what you think about them. What's your favorite drugstore foundation? So I kind of already answered this one. So my all-time favorite drugstore foundation is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. It's so good, and I have oily skin. I love a matte foundation. This is like the best one. It's probably my favorite matte foundation, just period, to be completely honest. I also really love the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation. I have that, I'm not gonna dig it out though. I did also want to highlight the Kiko Milano Tuscan Sunshine Foundation. This is gonna give you more coverage and it's definitely more matte. This is a little bit lighter coverage and it's a more natural finish. It's super light on the skin though. Like every time I have it on, I forget that I'm wearing it because it's so comfortable. Another really good one though is this CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream for oily skin. I freaking love this stuff. I have been wearing it forever. And although it's a BB cream, it offers a good bit of coverage. So this is a really good one too. What products do you tend to buy more at the drugstore versus high end? So this is part of why, like when I was talking about Milani on the first question, stuff that I would prefer to buy drugstore are like eyeliners, mascaras, things that will dry out and that you need to replace more frequently, brow products, that kind of a thing. So those sort of like lesser, like not quite as exciting products, but that you always need, you know? So yeah, liners, mascaras, brow products are always the ones that I'm gonna go drugstore over high end, for sure. For sure. What's your favorite drugstore dupe? Okay, I have one. I've talked about this one before, but this is the Lottie London Diamond Bounce Illuminating Highlighter. This one is an incredible dupe for the Fenty Beauty How Many Carats, what's it even called? All Over Diamond Veil Diamond Bomb. So this is a pretty well-liked highlighter. I personally love it. I'll swatch them for you real quick just so that you can see. So this is the Fenty one. Oof. It's glittery. So if you don't like a glittery highlighter, then you won't like this. I love it. I just think it's so nice. It's just that oh gosh. I mean, look at that. It looks like wet. So pretty. So pretty. Okay. And then let me swatch the Lottie London one. It has a very similar feel in the pan to the Fenty. Very similar look, wouldn't you say? I actually don't have any highlighter on right now. Let me put some on. Got 2 highlighter brushes. Woo! She's potent. All right, so that's my Lottie London brush, new clean brush with the Fenty on the other side. She is potent as well. So boom, Fenty, Lottie London. This Fenty highlighter, it's like $40. I think it's like $38 or like $39, something like that. Something ridiculous for a highlighter. It's a lovely highlighter, but you can get this Lottie London highlighter. It's like, it's under $10. I think it is $10. It's definitely not more than $10 though. So excellent dupe for the Fenty highlighter. I freaking love that Fenty highlighter. I feel like I've accomplished something really great by finding that one. So Lottie London you can get at Ulta. What's the best drugstore eyeshadow formula? Milani. So I could also say Moira for this one too. I love Moira's eyeshadows. I have 2 eyeshadow palettes from Moira. This Glow and Gleam one is one of my absolute favorites. But I also have a couple palettes from Milani around here somewhere. Let me see if I can find them. Okay, so this is the Milani Gilded Gold palette. I also have their nude palette that is the same size, and I also have one other palette. I can't remember. I think it's like the Jade palette or something, but it's like, you know, similar to this format of a palette. I actually have a lot of Milani eyeshadows. I don't know where they are. These are my favorite eyeshadow palettes from Milani. I also have this Pure Passion palette from Milani. That one's not as good, but it's still pretty good. But as you can see, this palette has been pretty well loved. And this is how many shades? 15. So like this 15 pan format that they have for their palettes. These are really, really great shadows. Very creamy, very rich in color, very easy to work with. So I really enjoy Milani's eyeshadow formula. Moira, also very, very good drugstore eyeshadow. Wet n Wild makes good eyeshadows as well. I've used this Bretman Rock palette a couple times. It's really nice. So Milani, I would say, is number 1. Moira, close second, if not tied for 1. Wet n Wild also makes really good shadows. The next question is, what's the worst drugstore eyeshadow formula? When it comes to like drugstore eyeshadow, it's kind of like take your pick, you know what I mean? Like drugstore eyeshadows in general don't tend to wow me much. I'm gonna call out Revlon again on this one. The only eyeshadow I've ever tried from Revlon is this quad. They still sell this in stores, so this is what they are putting out to the public as, hey, this is our eyeshadow from Revlon. So I'm considering this their eyeshadow formula. It's not pigmented. When I did use this, I was confused about whether or not the shadows were mattes or shimmers, like what their texture was. So I'm gonna say Revlon again. There are also some pretty garbage eyeshadows on Shop Miss A from brands like Santee. Yeah, sorry Santee, just called you out. Drugstore brand you used to love but aren't crazy about anymore. I'm gonna have to go with CoverGirl on this one. I used to, you know, before I really got big into makeup and started trying like brands and products and things, I just, if I needed something, I would just go to the CoverGirl section of the store and get the CoverGirl, whatever they had of it, if it was foundation, mascara, whatever. But I used to be very simple with my makeup looks, so I just would always use CoverGirl products. None of the products that I used to use from CoverGirl are bad necessarily. Like, I still like this little BB cream. I just don't use it that much. I have better options, I guess I feel like. But I used to really love their mascaras, like this one, This is the CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume. I remember in middle school, me and my friends would talk about like, I'm using the pink one, I'm using the green one, I use the orange one, like that kind of thing. I feel like these used to be really popular, these mascaras from CoverGirl. It's still a good mascara. Again, I have better options that I use more frequently. So I don't show CoverGirl quite as much love anymore these days, but I think it's still a pretty good brand. Okay, next question, drugstore product you didn't expect to like, but totally wowed you. So I have some $1 makeup. So this is the AOA Pro Wear Full Coverage Matte Foundation. You can buy this on shopmissa.com. This was $1.55. Did not expect to like this. It's actually really good. Do I have foundations that wear better and all of that? Yes. But this is still an acceptable foundation for a long day of wear. It still works really, really, really well. It has a tendency to want to settle into fine lines, but it contains the oil very well, and it's just a good little matte foundation for $1.55, girl. Okay, something else that I really didn't expect to like was this bronzer from the brand In Studio. So I did a video testing out all of these products. You can go watch it. This is not the shade that I used in that video that I liked, but this bronzer is actually a really nice bronzer. It's not overly pigmented, it blends. The shade that I had worked well with my complexion. Unfortunately, it broke while I was making that video. So just be a little bit careful if you go pick this up, but you can buy this at Walmart. It was 97 cents. And really most of the In Studio products that I tried were actually really good. Same thing with their liquid lipsticks were also very good. Next question is favorite affordable eyeshadow palette right now. Trying to think of one that I haven't already talked about. Why is this the hardest question for me to answer? Because like I could say Milani, easy. I could also say Moira, also very easy, but I already talked about those palettes. One that I do really like right now is this one from Kiko Milano from their Tuscan Sunshine collection. It's just a precious little 6-pan palette. I love it. This was affordable. I think it was like $14. Oh, my light fell over. I have more though. I can do better than this. Hold on. And then here are some other Milani eyeshadows that I have. So I have this little palette from Milani. This is their what's it called? I don't know what we're calling this palette, but that's what it looks like. I also really like, I like pretty much all of my Milani eyeshadows, to be honest, but I also have these little brick palettes from them. These are also really good. And then one that's also really good is this little 9-pin palette from Amuse. This eyeshadow palette cost $1. I got this on Shop Miss A. So another good affordable option. The Bretman Rock palette is also really good. Let me know how you guys would answer some of these questions. I talked some smack about Revlon and e.l.f., so leave me your recommendations for those brands down below. And yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. So I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.